Which is blessed be. This is Way Raven over here. Today is Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. I'm super excited to be here today because I have such a great video for you guys. It took me in such rabbit holes. I was foraging yesterday. I went out. I was looking at plants. I did so many things because this video inspired me to do so many things. So many things. So one of you guys was so awesome to ask me in one of your messages, in one of your emails, if I had anything on witches' burrs, or witches' balls. And you know what? No, I did not. And this just ignite all this excitement in my head because I needed to find out more about these wickedly awesome balls. Look how mean and nutty they look. I truly fell in love with the idea of getting something together for you guys. Let's talk a little bit about what witches' burrs are, witches' balls, sweet gumballs. If this is something that interests you, stick around because it's coming up right now. So let's talk about some of the names that are known out there to call these prickling beauties. These are actually sweet gum balls. People know them also as witches' burrs or witches' balls. And they're hard, they're extremely hard. They're not soft at all. And they usually grow in the East Coast of the United States, particularly the southern part of the East Coast of the United States. Here in Virginia, where I live, they're out there. And they can even grow higher up in the United States, like at places as far up as Connecticut. And this is a very sturdy and resilient tree. They are the seed pods of a tree called sweet gum tree. And sweet gum tree has a lot of magical properties and also has a lot of medicinal properties. And it has a beautiful sap that is called liquid amber. Maybe some other time we'll talk about the sweet gum tree. But now, let's talk a little bit more about the witch's burr. As you can see, this pod has holes. It's not see-through. Do not think that this is hollow inside. As a matter of fact, I think I cut one for you guys that I want to show you. My husband cut this one and he used a little saw. This is how hard these things are. But this is how they look inside. Let me show you. See that? Inside these little pockets in those pots, you're going to find witches anywhere from 40 to 60. The holes look like caplets. They are not round. They look rather long, so they look like caplets. And inside each little caplet, you're going to find from 1 to 2 seeds. And the seeds have like little wings. It's really interesting. Like I seriously really want to plant one of these trees in my backyard. But there's a lot of pros and cons of having these things in your backyard. You can do your own research. There's a lot of information on the growing and on the planting of the sweet gum tree. Very interesting. A lot of information on the sweet gum tree. But now, each of these holes inside that pod is going to have at least 2 spikes. Pretty wicked, witches. I'm telling you, witches, this is really hard. This is not something that is bendy. This is hard. You step on this and you are going to suffer. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons. They're hard. They're very, very, very hard, which is really super hard. So anyways, each of those holes that holds the seed of the sweet gum tree is going to have about 2 spikes. These balls fall from the tree anywhere from the beginning of autumn all the way, which is to the beginning of spring. So when they say they're going to be raining balls, it's going to be raining balls for a very long time. So what are these beauties used for in magic? Well, let's think about it a little bit. You know, earlier this week, I was imagining that I was actually a witch's burr. If I was this little pod, how would I look out at the world? What is my purpose if I was this little pod? Well, which is obviously the first and most important purpose of this pod is to spread out life So in magic, these beautiful balls are used for fertility. You can use witch's burrs for any workings pertaining fertility because this pod is the guardian of the seed of life for the sweet gum tree. So that's one aspect and one of the correspondences of this beautiful and wickedly prickly ball. Another thing that this prickly super hard pod does, once it falls, that is going to protect the seeds from any predators. So in magic, you can use witch's burr as protection. You can use it in any protective workings that you do. Also, in any kind of a defense magic, when you are defending yourself, when you are sending back, this is a great ally for that specific magic. And when you're looking at this prickling ball, you really want to stay away from it. So another correspondence for this beautiful and it is so intelligent little pot is for banishing, to get rid and keep evil stuff at bay. On the same token, these balls are also used, particularly in Samhain, to invite, to attract good spirits, when simultaneously is going to keep away the bad ones. So this is a great little addition for your Samhain rituals. I know for a fact that I'm going to prepare them for my Samhain rituals. I'm going to keep some for invitation and some for repelling what I do not want. Also, witches, I have over here some tissue paper. If you want to do any type of love magic, for example, and you want to bind somebody to you in a tissue paper, you're going to write down the name of the person that you want to attract to you, and you want to stick it into one of these witch's burrs to stay attached and close to you. You also can attract money, health, happiness, many things. Last, witches burrs and sweet gum balls are said to be extremely good as an altar decoration because they magnify power and they keep your altar safe, clean, and protected. Now, witches, because of all the research that I did, not only on the pod, but also on the tree, I can tell you that the sweet gum tree has a very strong male energy. It's a great ally when working issues and to strengthen relationships between fathers and daughters. So if you are a father and you want a better relationship with your daughter, or if you're a daughter and you want a better relationship with your father, this is a great little tool that you can charge and keep with you whenever you meet your father or whenever you meet your daughter. I thought that was a very beautiful fact about this magical ingredient some of you can use for something beautiful and very positive. Also, witches, the sweet gum tree is great help and will assist you transforming images into messages. So doing tarot readings under a tree or with your witch's burrs surrounding you will assist you putting those images that you see in your reading into messages. Same thing with dreams and same things with anything that you may see out there. There are images that you need to understand what is the message behind it. So those are a few things, witches, that you can do with witch's burr. Now I'm going to show you the typical way in which people prepare these balls in order to do magical workings. All right, witches, so today I'm going to be showing you how to get rid of a bad neighbor using a witch's burrs, using a witch's balls. And I'm going to share with you the way that I am going to do it. There's many ways in which people prepare this. I'm going to show you the way that I do it. So I have here some of my banishing powder. I'm going to put it all in this little container. And I'm going to tell you from the get-go, witches, this is time consuming. This is going to take you time because this witch's burr is going to have from 40 to 60 holes in here that I want you to feel. very carefully. Once you fill every little hole, you want to put wax on it and cover it. Many people, what they do is they just dip the witch's burr in wax and they roll it in all the ingredients. If that's easier for you, then go ahead and do whatever you think is proper for you. Apart from the spikes, the most beautiful thing that this seed pod has is those holes. I want to make sure that I fill every single one of those holes as best as I can possibly do it with the ingredients that I have over here. For this task, I have a pipette. I have a little baby spoon. Again, I have my vanishing powder. And I have some very hot chili pepper flakes. These are very important ingredients and elements in any vanishing magic. I'm going to put my wax paper in the bottom or parchment paper in the bottom because this is going to be messy. So now that we have some of these holes filled with our ingredients, you are going to seal it. And I have some hot wax in here, and with my pipette, I'm just going to put a little bit of wax. And again, this is something that you can do with a candle, but if you feel better doing this with a candle wax, go ahead and do it with the candle wax. It just takes a lot longer when you do it with a candle witch. All right, this is one that I already finished. This is how it's going to look. It is important, witches, that once you finish with your witch's ball, with your witch's burr, you empower it. You put in here what you want. You need to banish an evil doer. Do your chants, your prayers, whatever it is that you want to charge this ball with. Once you finish with your chanting, you are going to grab your ball and you're going to toss it in your target's property. Hear me out, witches. You have to put this in your target property. If this is somebody that lives in an apartment, then this is not the spell for you. There's other things that you can do. But if you're able to throw this in your target's property, that is exactly what you need to do. Listen, witches, there are many things that we can do with this beautiful gift that Mother Nature is giving you. Make sure that you take your time. Make sure that you put your effort and your intentions, witches. I hope this helped you out. Good luck. And that's it, witches. Thank you so very much for being with me yet one more Monday. I hope this video reached you in the right time. Listen, right now we are at the end of summer in the United States. So this is when we're going to start seeing all these little pods falling all over the southeast of this beautiful country. Now you know what to do with them. The sky is the limit, witches. I hope this helps you out. Remember that if you have any questions, you can email me at layerofthewitch@yahoo.com. And also, I will be having some of these witches balls in my website, whiteravenandwitcheslayer.com. Remember, witches, that I am in Facebook, White Raven and Witches Layer, and I'm there for you. I have a really cool page, really fun page. So visit me there as well. Witches, it is always awesome talking to you. Remember, stay smart because knowledge is power. Do your research. The more you learn, witches, there's so many things out there for you to learn. And with all that knowledge, you must stay so very wicked. Bye.